Are you not entertained?
Welcome to Hard to Entertain with Brandon and Trey. Take it away, boys. Yerp.
Hello.
Jello.
So we're on.
Hello. My body like move like Jello.
We're about episode 45.
45. Colt 45 to zigzag.
Baby,
Baby, that's all I need. I go to the park.
Depending on how far we go, YouTube will strike this video down, so we can't sing.
No, we
too
don't
much.
get a strike. It's just they copyright it, and that way you can't monetize it.
Yeah.
And then
We don't monetize our shit anyways.
Nope.
Not yet. You know, Zoa, if you want to.
Yeah, fucking. Yo, Dwayne, reach out to your boys. Let us know what's up.
We're drinking a crisp, clean orange Zoa. Say, hang on, wait a minute.
I don't know why when you do it, it sounds so disgusting. It literally sounds the most disgusting thing in the world. And I would prefer if you didn't do that anymore.
So,
What up, dog?
we can do a quick recap of what we've been up to. You've been working a lot.
Working a lot. Snowed like a
Oh,
mug.
yes.
Snowed
We got
like a
snow-apocalypse in this
mug.
bitch.
We got like almost 18 inches out here.
It was crazy.
It's crazy. And then
Luckily, you had your snow blower.
yeah.
Blowed the shit out of that
I
snow.
was watching my neighbor's shovel, and I was looking at it, and I was like, peasants. And then I'm traveling tomorrow. And, going to Chicago.
There you
know
go.
It's going to be warmer in Chicago than it is here.
That's sad.
Isn't that weird?
That is sad.
It's going to be like when
It's higher up, right?
yeah, it's more north, obviously, but it's
So it would be colder.
you thought it'd be
generally.
colder. It's like 6. It's going to be like when I get there, it'll be 55, and then the days I'll be there, it'll be in the 60s.
That's nice.
Isn't that crazy?
I guess we're getting 68s here soon. But
Yeah, but I'll be like in like when I get back.
but a day or two, yeah. Yeah, that'd be nice.
How about you, man?
I've been working a lot as well. I mean, I've been bouncing back and forth between the two stores.
Where?
Because one of our other managers has been out for a minute, so I've been going between the two.
Are you that person's boss?
I am the head produce person. There is nobody above me.
Okay, so are you? So that when that manager's out, you get
Yeah,
to cover
I'm-
because
yep.
you're his boss.
Yep.
Or their bro.
I am everything.
they?
Everything
They, them,
besides.
Zimzer.
And I have the company owner. He calls me every day. So that's where we're at.
Hey, Trey.
It's more like, hey Trey, I saw the cucumber case price was this, and you put it
They're
at
that
this.
involved.
Oh, I am. Oh yeah. Oh
Really?
Yeah.
I figured they'd just be like, all right, it's a fucking.
Oh no. I have to. I change all the prices for both stores every single week,
Mm-hmm.
and I have to send it to him, and he's got to approve it.
That's dumb.
It's part of the process.
Yeah. But at some point, it's just like, all right, you know what you're doing. It's good. Trey, it's something that I've learned. It's called enterprise leadership, which means that he should allow you to do your job.
Yeah.
And only check up on you periodically to make sure that you got all the support that you need to be able to do your job.
I think it's the fact that he's just
Bored
not
as-
ready to let go yet.
He's bored out of his fucking mind.
Yeah, pretty much.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Well, that's something.
Yeah, we're doing things.
Oh,
We
you
got
got
a
a
puppy.
puppy?
Puppy 3 weeks now. 3 weeks on the puppy.
Yeah.
She is potty trained.
There you go.
So I mean, we're still scared to like let her out in the night, like by
Mhm.
herself. But like during the
Well-
day, I just sit there and play video games. She goes back and forth out the dog.
Yeah. One plus, she's still too small, and coyotes could grab her.
Yeah.
She still wouldn't.
There's these big ass owls out there
they'll
occasionally,
get
and
you.
I'm like, they're gonna snatch that little puppy up.
No. They'll snatch cats though.
Yeah,
They'll do little chihuahuas.
that's crazy.
Did you know the owls are one of the dumbest birds? Did
Really?
you? I would have
I
thought.
thought they were smart.
Yeah, because they're like the wise owls.
Yeah.
And I was like reading this thing, and they're talking about birds, and they're like, because it's like crows and what's the other like really smart bird? Crow and raven.
Yeah.
Are like the smartest, and then like owls are like almost at the bottom. I'm like, huh?
So they're dumbasses.
They're fucking
We've been led
stupid.
astray.
We've been lying bitches.
Yep.
Dumb and fuck. All right.
All right.
You ready to jump into this?
Let's get into it.
Yatch.
It's trailer time. It's trailer time. It's trailer time.
Trey wants to the trailers.
Sit your ass down. It's time for the trailers. Do you want to
No, go ahead. 'Cause I gotta look at my list.
gotta get your shit together?
Yeah.
All right. So the first thing I got for you guys is The Strangers Chapter 1. So
Stranger. Oh, is this still based off that old fucking mid 2000s movie?
yes,
Strangers.
this is
Oh
the
my-
prequel. So we see how it all started. You remember the whole, why are you doing this?
It's supposed because it's
your
supposed to be
hair.
very loosely based on a true story.
Yeah, some serial
Very
killers.
loosely based.
So that's coming out. Next thing I got for you is the Bike Riders. So we've had a brief trailer for this so far, but this is Austin Butler and Tom Hardy. They're starting their biker
Yeah, I
games.
saw that. I don't know.
I don't know either.
It seems like more of a lovey-dovey situation than like a cool.
I thought it was like Sons of Anarchy.
It
kind of
is,
shit.
but then if you watch the trailer, it's like
Yeah.
his girl's like, I don't want you to be part of this anymore.
You can't tell me not to wear my jacket, dog.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah.
So that's coming out here pretty soon. The next thing I have for you is Horizon. It's an American. What is that? The American Saga. This is Kevin Costner's settlements wagon train kind of movie he's doing. It's like 3 parts.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, who asked for this?
It's because he's trying to get off the backs of his stupid Yellowstone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's coming out at some point. The next thing I got for you is called The Watchers. This is M. Night Shyamalan's new joint. It's coming out June 7th. The trailer has a bunch of these people inside of a cabin area with a glass wall.
Yeah, we talked about this last week. I told you.
But they had a full, like a big
Oh,
full
they had
trailer now.
The M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah. So, and there's these like creatures that are watching them. They can't see them, and there's this hole in the middle of the forest.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's going to be weird. It's probably going to have some stupid twist ending where it was like an all simulation or some shit. But we'll see. The next thing I have for you is called
Wicked.
No.
You have Wicked on there?
I do not.
Oh, okay, Wicked. I saw that trailer ahead of Dune. It was on Dune.
I didn't watch Dune.
Oh, stupid. It was It's based off the Broadway show Wicked.
Oh,
It's
I
got-
have seen the trailer for
It's
this.
got
Sorry.
what's that? Ariana Grande and the Green Witch is oh God, what is her name? But yeah,
So Wicked is a retelling of Wizard of Oz.
Cynthia Irvino.
Okay.
I don't know who that is. I guess I probably thought. I think I thought it was a different person. But
Yeah.
yeah, but we'll see.
Okay. Well, we'll check. We'll
it
check
looked,
it out.
It looked okay. It got Jeff Goldblum in it.
Yeah, I like Jeff Goldblum.
It could be okay.
All right. The next thing I have for you is called The Beautiful Game. This is coming out March 29th. It's about a soccer league that has a bunch of homeless people in it,
Oh, okay.
and it's just trying to get them, make them have a better life.
Okay.
And so it looked interesting. I like a feel good story about trying to uplift people. So we'll see.
Okay.
The next thing I have is called The Snack Shack. That's coming out March 15th. It's about these 2 boys who one summer who buy a snack shack that's by a swimming pool and kind of like run it.
Okay, make a little bread.
And I think they spend their parents' money, and they don't tell them until they find out. What did you buy? We bought a snack shack, And so,
What did you buy? It's like a rock song.
and so it's
We bought a snack shack.
it's one of those summer, coming of age movies where these kids are trying to,
Yeah, they're gonna. Yeah. Oh, I see.
fall in love and all this good stuff.
I don't see anyone that I recognize off the.
Yeah, it's kind of an indie film, but it looks
Yeah.
funny.
I don't see anything off the rip.
The next thing I got for you is called The Wild Robot. This is from DreamWorks. Same people who brought you How to Train Your Dragon and Kung Fu Panda.
Mm-hmm.
This is about a robot that gets left in the middle of this forest, and so it's figuring out about nature and all these animals and things. The animation looks beautiful,
Okay.
and so I'm gonna give it a go because I really like these. It kind of has like a Sony Spider-Man like kind of look on some of the stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting.
I watched the full-length trailer for the Godzilla King Kong.
Yeah,
I'm not looking forward to that. I'll be
it
honest with
kind of looks like shit.
you. Yeah, I'm like, this looks like they're just trying to go way too like
It looks like a video game.
lore and just,
Well, it just looks like, why the
everyone's got superpowers now and
Kong's got
Kong's
a
gonna have like
metal
He's
fist.
gonna have an Iron Man fist. I'm like, what is this fucking Marvel? What are we talking about?
Why are they teaming up and running on each other?
Yeah, I'm like, man, I don't know. And the monkeys look like you said, they look hella fake.
I heard that in one of the scenes you're gonna see Kong riding Godzilla.
that'd be. I'm kind of excited for that. I heard that in one of the scenes you're gonna see Kong's pee-pee. He's gonna be like, Kong. I not talk name. I talk pee-pee. I call it Kong.
Just puts the axe head on it and swings it.
Yeah. He's like, this is my weapon.
That's right. So in April, we're getting an Amazon series for Knuckles from Sonic.
Yep. Yeah.
So they have a full-length trailer for it now.
Okay.
I'm not sure if Idris Elba is doing the voice in the TV series.
I think he is.
Is he?
I think so.
Yeah, because it looks interesting, but we'll see. We'll see if the quality stays, as far as the TV series goes.
I doubt it.
Yeah, me too. But what are you gonna do? Next thing I got for you is Inside Out 2. They had a big full-length trailer for that.
Yeah, everyone was freaking out about it.
And it's coming out June 12th.
We'll see. We'll see. Sometimes these second ones can miss hard.
It's
supposed to be like now she's coming of age. And
Yeah,
she has
so
to deal with
other emotions come
anxiety
out, yep.
and all these other
depression. Oh no, depression was already there.
depression.
But I guess they bottle up. She's bottling up all of her emotions, and literally it happens. All of her emotions are in a bottle inside of her.
That's funny.
So it could be good. We'll see.
Yeah.
So May 26th, the Garfield movie's coming out.
I saw that.
They put a big trailer out for that one now.
We'll see.
So yeah, I mean, you have a full cast of people. I mean, Snoop Dogg's in it. Samuel L. Jackson's in it. Chris Pratt's playing Garfield.
Pedro Pascal's in that wild robot you were talking about.
I know. See, I'm telling you,
Sorry,
it might be good.
it could be good.
So the next thing I got for you is something I found that looked really awesome. This is called Late Night with the Devil. It's coming out March 22nd, so real soon.
Hey, devil, I want to come over. I got some candles lit. Come on, man. Ooh, the water's warm. Let me get a little. Ooh, devil, you're looking tense there. You had to torture some souls?
Right. Oh, Jesus. So this it's like a one of those late night shows, and they bring on a girl who has a book where she wrote that she.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say, and they brought the devil out, and it's like Conan. He's like, devil. Well, tell us what's been going on with you. I heard in high school you had a crush on somebody.
Well, we shouldn't talk about that. I have a new late night series coming out.
I actually talked to your mom. We've got a picture of your crush. Damn. I hate fucking that. It's so fake. Especially when you talk to like comedians and shit who and actors who go on that and they're like, yeah, they send me the questions beforehand.
Oh yeah.
And then we go through a lot more, but I know exactly what they're gonna ask me. I was like, oh, that's lame. Sorry.
So this one they bring on a girl who wrote a book about supposedly being possessed by the devil. So they do like a mini seance on the show, and shit goes awry. Like everything starts happening. People start dying, and people during the show.
All right, well, that sounds kind of interesting.
And that's what I said. I was like, this is pretty awesome.
Is it like an indie flick, or is it gonna be like those the B?
No, it's an indie flick.
Okay.
But it looks good. So try that one. Let's see. I have Arcadian next. This comes out April 12th. This is a Nick Cage joint. So it's like these people are staying in this house, and he's got his two sons, and they're being attacked in the night, and so they got to keep it boarded up, and they got to come back in by a certain time of the night. I think it's werewolves, to be honest. But I like Nicolas Cage, so I usually give it a chance. So, but maybe you will too. The last thing I have for you is something I found kind of weird and interesting. So Peacock's doing a Stormy Daniels documentary.
Okay. I know who that is. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's coming out March 18th.
Okay.
So it's just kind of what happened with her and Trump, and the backlash she got, and then her trying to get out of her MDA. Is that what she signed?
NDA. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I always find these little documentaries pretty interesting. So it might be something to look into. But I mean, that's all the trailers I have for this week.
All right. Well, hey, that was a good wrap up. That was a good trailer, Trey. But I guess it's.
Hey, Trey. Guess what time it is? What time is it? It's fucking TV time.
Yay! You little bitches.
Brandon, did you get a lot of TV in this week?
Nope. No, I'm just kidding. Let's just get off the rip. Let's talk about Avatar: The Last Airbender. I wrapped that up.
Okay, so I am on episode 7.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah, I mean, I figure it's not going to change much.
Yeah.
From there.
How'd you feel about it?
Okay, so my opinion and my wife's opinion.
It doesn't matter what's your opinion. I'm just kidding.
We kind of differ. I'm kind of going into it and trying to like, I see similar characters I recognize from the anime, but they're gonna kind of change things and make it their own.
Right.
Okay, the wife doesn't want that. She wants
just
a
wanted-
1-to-1
Yeah.
live action version of the cartoon because she doesn't want anything out of place because she loves the show so much, and I get that.
Yeah. And I think at first that's kind of what I was thinking, but then I, just when I thought in my head, I was like, yeah, but what would be the point for a studio just to go in and make a 1-for-1? One, you can't do that.
Yeah,
I think Avatar, like each season was like 30 episodes or something like that.
About 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got 3 seasons, so that's 40 episodes. You know how much that would cost if it was live
It's like
action?
60 episodes.
Yeah. 60, sorry.
Yeah.
60 episodes. It would cost so much money.
Yeah, you're gonna get 24 episodes for the 3 seasons.
Right. It would, but and you got to think you're talking about live actors. You can't do everything you can do in animation.
Right.
You don't have the time to go and explore all these stories and these like side quests and stuff. But I think, in my opinion,
Yeah.
I think they try enough to give you pieces of these small side stories.
Yeah.
But they have to stay so close to that main storyline because it's so much to get done.
Right.
Even book 1, there's so much that happens in book 1 that they try to hit these little points
Yeah.
to say, hey, secret lovers. And they had to go.
We barely got that.
I know, but they
Yeah.
try to give it to you.
Yeah.
And they try to give you
I got the cabbages.
the cabbages. They
Twice.
yeah. Boomy. A quick little soldier boy.
You didn't get. He didn't even sing it.
It was in the
It
background.
was just is the
Did you hear
music
it in the background.
Yeah.
Which it was the way they did it was still emotional.
Yes.
I think it was still good.
Yes.
I think what it did though for that maybe I thought maybe was even a little bit better than what the cartoon did was build that relationship between Zuko and his uncle.
Yeah. So
Because
the boat thing really got me. Where he's like, you guys are on this boat.
Yeah.
Because of my nephew. My nephew saved your lives.
Exactly.
You guys were all going to die.
Yep. Well, and then yeah, and you see because they kind of explored a little bit other than him just saying that he saw the folly of how he raised his son and he didn't want Zuko to turn out the same way in the cartoon. But in the show, you see why he does that.
Yeah.
And they don't really explore that in the cartoon. But in the live action, you see that he shows his uncle compassion in a moment when no one showed him the compassion
Right.
regarding his son dying. And I thought that was a cool moment. I thought that it was different, and I thought it was an interesting way to go about it. In my opinion, there's some things that lack.
Yeah.
There's some things I think they did really well.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
It's fun.
It's fun. It's not. It's already. It did. But it's doing really well.
Yeah. So they already announced the next 2
2
seasons.
and 3. So. I really enjoyed it. I think that yeah, it's not a 1-for-1. They have to compress a lot.
Yeah.
But if you thought they were going to do 20 episodes in season 1,
No.
you're out of your goddamn mind.
Yeah. I mean, when the owl shows up in this season, Tara was like, no.
Yeah.
That owl doesn't show up till the next season.
Right, because they have to kind of like, well, season 2 has a lot.
Yeah.
With Bossing Say, with all the different trials and tribulations, and then I hope people are getting ready for season 3 because there's gonna be a lot of shit cut out.
Yeah. Well,
Because
in Tara's,
there's so much in season 3.
like the wife was telling me, she was like, there's no emotional connection between Sokka and Aang at all. Like it's just not there. And it was there in season 1. Like you can start seeing the tea
You can
leaves.
see it. So there may be some more because even in season 2, they still had to build the relationship. So maybe give them some more time. You got to remember, you can watch the entire season right now, the series of the first one, and you watched it and you remember it being so compressed when it's really far. Like you build that connection. And you feel the connection in season 3.
Yeah.
So I think just give it some time. But I would recommend it. I liked it.
Yeah, I think it's good. And
I think it's a fist bump.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's a fist bump for sure.
Fist bump. Just don't go into it expecting
You're gonna go one
anime.
more for one. Yeah.
It's Avatar revised, like a revision of how
and you know
it's
what?
gonna go.
And I'll stick by this. They do firebending better in the live action than they do in the show.
Yeah, it's
in
good.
anime. The fact that people, because you never see
people's faces get melted off and
yeah,
shit.
and you
and
see
I'm like,
people getting
"Holy
burned, and you
God."
actually see the actual like what would happen, like when they try to mutiny the Fire Lord, and
Yeah.
he just goes like this,
Just kills
and
them.
just kills, like melts him right there. I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But
The water bending looks good.
the water, I think the airbending has some to be desired.
Yeah.
But I think that's hard
Yeah.
because how do you show air? You just have to. What do you have to do? You have to show dust.
Yeah. I mean,
And
that's pretty
it's
much
hard.
it.
It's
Yeah.
hard, and I think we won't be the dead horse, but I think it's good. I think watch it if you like the show. As long as you go in with the expectation, they're gonna have to leave some shit out.
Yeah.
Just you'll still like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right. What you got, Bray?
All right. So I watched Taylor Thompson's stand up. It's called
Taylor Thompson.
Tomlinson. How's that your name?
Oh. Go ahead.
Tomlin.
Oh, is this the girl from the Brooklyn whatever girls?
I'm not sure. But she her special is called Have It All. It was really good. I laughed a lot. She's pretty funny. I would.
Oh, never mind. I don't know who this girl is.
Yeah, she's got a couple specials. It was on Netflix, and I enjoyed it a lot. She's funny. So, if your thing is to sit down, it's about an hour. Give it a go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you have any other TV shows? Do you want me to keep on going?
Have we talked about Brother Son?
I don't think so.
Okay. Brother Son has been out for a couple weeks, but it's really good. I enjoy that show a lot. It's about the triads in China, and talking about
What's this on?
It's on Netflix.
Okay.
It's basically essentially a family split up. One brother stayed with the dad, who was like the head of the triad, a triad family, and then one of the brothers went to with the mom to America to live a normal life. And then all of a sudden, the dad gets assassinated, and they're gonna go after the mom. And so the son that went with the dad's like a super assassin, and he goes to protect his family.
Okay.
It's comedy, it's action, twists and turns.
Is it shot well?
It's shot very good.
Yeah.
Action's really dope. I quite enjoyed it. It sucks they already canceled it for season 2. I guess it was too expensive. But watch season 1. It's still good. It still ends on it. There's a little cliffhanger, but I think it wraps it up enough.
Okay.
And it leaves you wanting more, which is good about a show. So
Nice.
yeah.
All right. So
There you go. It's on Netflix.
next thing I
Knuckle
got
bump.
for you is called Somebody Feed Phil.
Yeah.
We got a
new season.
We got a new season. This time he's going to Ireland, Dubai, and Kyoto, Japan.
Okay.
He's got a couple other places, but those are the big ones for me. If you want to see somebody have pure joy about enjoying and trying new foods, gotta watch this. The way he describes food and the way he just really loves and embraces these cultures in these different countries. It's so fun to watch, and I've enjoyed it so much. So Phil was one of the writers. I think either the writer or producer on
Seinfeld.
Everybody hates
It's Raymond. That's
Everybody
right.
loves Raymond. But it's so fun to see him, traveling all these places and experiencing all these different cultures. And if you're into like watching these, getting to experience these other countries, I definitely recommend it.
Yeah, it's good. I've seen it a few times. I'm not an avid watcher of it, but I'll if it's on and I'm kind of shooting the shit, then I'll give it a go.
Yeah. Did you watch Shogun?
I didn't get a chance to watch it. What are your thoughts on it? Because I'm curious because it's FX, which generally does decent stuff.
It's beautiful.
Oh, okay.
It's shot very, very well.
So what's the storyline about?
So the story is there's these different groups of each area has a different emperor kind of person.
Yeah, it's got a head. It's got a lord.
Yeah, a lord. And so the shogun dies.
Right.
And his heir, they're waiting because he's gonna become the new shogun.
Yeah.
But all the other ones have made there's like a council.
Yeah.
And so they're against this one lord, and because he was like the one running everything for the shogun before.
Yeah.
So they're gonna kill him essentially.
Yeah.
They have him at this castle, and he's brought his whole clan there, and they're just waiting to get the mother of the new Shogun, and they're gonna kill the kid and his mother. Well, these British guys that were searching for gold and were looting all these Spanish pirates.
Right.
Were going to they were trying to get to the New World,
Uh-huh.
and they ended up in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So
Wrong turn at the palm tree then, huh?
yeah. So they have these cannons and guns and stuff on their boat, and so the lord that's stuck at the castle, he has his people bring him and all of his weapons to where they're keeping him, so this way he can fight back against these people. I will tell you this: I thought they were gonna everybody's gonna speak in English.
It's Japanese.
You have to read everything, unless it's the Spanish people or
Let me ask you this, Trey.
yes,
Do you have to have over a 6th grade reading level?
no,
Oh, fucking yeah.
You're in.
I'm in,
You're
dude.
in.
I'm fucking in.
you're in. There's some boobies.
I'm way
in.
okay.
Yeah.
Showing boobies. Huh?
Just one scene, and it's weird because like this lord is like sitting there with his girl, and the lord's handler's like, all right, I'm gonna leave. She's like, no, you're not. And then they start getting down, and she's like, what are you doing? She goes, you want me to stop? And he goes, no.
Pull your titties out.
All right. But yeah, I mean,
Let it go?
it's very.
How many episodes in are you?
I am 3 episodes in.
Okay. So give it a go.
Yes, definitely. give it a go.
On the Hulu.
It's on the FX, and yes,
Hulu.
catch it next day on Hulu.
Hulu and FX.
Yes.
On Saturn News regarding television, DBZ died.
Yes.
Everyone, we will have a moment of silence.
That's
That's sad.
Very
Yeah.
sad.
That's fucking cool. Look at our our fucking working on our sound waves right now, and our sound waves look like a comic. Wait, that's cool.
That's
Yeah, unfortunately, he passed away of some type of like I don't know what it was. I read it.
He was only
It
68.
was a sickness that he had.
68,
and-
right?
Yeah, and so that's sad. I think that was probably one of the first animes we ever watched. I would assume. I think.
Yep.
Maybe growing up, it came on every Saturday
On Toonami.
on Toonami. We'd watch it. We'd watch that and like Thundercats and what else we watch? Yu Yu Hakusho and stuff shit like that.
Big O.
Big O, yeah.
Yes. So Akira Toriyama.
Yeah. We're butchered, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I tried. Yeah. So he died at the age of 68.
my best.
I did my best.
my best.
That's
sad.
that is sad.
Yeah, it sucks. So yeah.
A lot of my teenage years was spent watching some Dragon Ball Z, and no, not that.
Oh,
well, that too. But
Alrighty. I didn't watch much TV, so you got anything else?
no, I mean, I think that's all the TV I have for this week. I have a lot of premiere movies, so let's rock and roll.
Yeah. So do I.
Yeah, so do you. So do you. All right, so
And we're gonna press the button. It's a movie.
it's a premiere.
It's a movie premiere. It's a movie premiere, Trey.
Yes, it is.
Alrighty.
All right, so you got one movie, yeah?
Yeah, I might have more. I check what I watched.
Okay, so
I watched it, and I have to go back and look at my previous watch stuff to see what I fucking
Yeah.
watched. Cause I remember sometimes.
So the first thing I watched was called Spaceman.
I watched Spaceman too. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Starring Adam Sandler and Paul Dino as the spider.
Oh, was that who that was? Okay,
Yes.
I was trying to. I couldn't put my finger on that.
This was a sad ass movie. That's what it was. It was depressing.
Okay. Yes, because it was about depression.
Depression.
And so I heard some people say that movie was boring. I didn't understand it. It's just a guy in space. I was like, that's not what that movie was about.
No, it was
That
about
movie
dealing
wasn't-
with your trauma.
Yeah, that movie was about it was a metaphor for depression and loneliness and how people deal with it and showing how some people deal with depression.
Right.
I don't know. I thought it was interesting. I liked it.
I mean, it was fun.
It was an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah, and then like The spaceship was cool.
The spaceship was cool. I thought the spider was cool. At first, I was like, oh, it's gonna be like a creepy spider the whole time. But then once you saw his
He comes
mouth,
like nice and stuff.
once you saw his mouth, I was like, okay. He had like little spider teeth like in his mouth. I was like, okay, I see what they did there to make you, because he wasn't exactly a spider. Obviously, he was just close to a form of a spider.
Yeah.
I thought it was. I thought it was pretty.
Yeah. Oh,
I thought it was shot well. I thought the spaceship looked good. Adam Sandler said he hated shooting the movie because he said they did the everywhere where he's floating, they actually did the 0G.
Oh, that's awesome.
It wasn't CG. It was the 0G shit.
Nice.
And so this is part of, because if you didn't know, Adam Sandler has like a 20 movie deal with Netflix. So every movie that he's going to be doing
Netflix
is going to be coming on Netflix.
Yep.
And I thought this is again, I think
it's different.
It was different for him. He gets to show his acting chops, like Uncut Gems.
Yep.
Where it's not a comedy. Every now he tries to do like tries to do a little bit of a Czech accent.
Yeah.
But it doesn't go well for him
doesn't
because it slips out. I remember this one time, like, close the door. He was like, and he just goes straight to Adam Sandler voice when he's like, I was like,
I think this movie cost $30 million.
Did it really?
Yeah.
I mean, it looked pretty. It's, but again, you'll never know.
Yeah, because
Like,
Netflix
how do you gauge your money back on Netflix? Subscribers? No one's subscribing to Netflix because
of
that
Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah.
No,
No.
not
So,
at all.
but it was good. I think it's definitely a one-time watcher.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think it's an interesting watch. If you don't know how people some people how they see depression and how they feel, that even if someone loves them, that they don't think they're worthy of that,
Right.
and they distance themselves. I think it was interesting.
So on a scale of dick in the dirt,
I think it was a cross.
five.
I mean, I think for the fact that I'm only ever going to watch it once.
Yeah.
I think it can't be up. I think it's like a mid-level movie. I think it's a nod.
Yeah. Not across the room.
Maybe
sounds
a
right.
handshake.
Handshake. Oh.
Would you throw handshake above or below a fist bump?
Above, because you're actually like holding your hand.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah.
Oh.
So probably knuckle bumps all around.
No, I want to go lower than knuckle bump. So,
Ooh.
so I think we've
nod.
established nod across the room is okay.
Yeah.
Nod. It's a nod for me.
Yeah.
How about you?
Because then if you hurt somebody, it's probably even worse than that.
Yeah.
Kicking the shin is probably worse.
No, yeah, that's what. Yeah, it is worse than that. Kicking shin.
Yeah.
And then there's dick in the dirt.
Yeah.
You don't want that. You never want to be a dick in the dirt on this podcast.
Yeah. Terrible. Yeah, I'm gonna go knuckle bump as well.
You're going a little above me. You like the little
yeah,
above me.
I liked it a little more. I think the design of the spider, like you said, was very interesting.
Cool,
I think you got to see Adam Sandler kind of stretch a little bit, and I think everything ends pretty happy. So everything kind of works out, and I think for Netflix, it was one of Adam Sandler's better movies.
I would agree. I would definitely agree to that.
All right, next one. I'll go two more, and then we can do your big one.
Okay.
Real quick, I watched Code 8 Part 2.
Okay, I didn't watch part 2 because I never watched part 1. So go ahead. What did you think?
I watched these back to back. I watched part 1 and part 2.
Code 8 came out like what 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, it's
and it got a cult following,
Mhm.
and everyone like people were like, Netflix, give us
Yeah.
part 2, and because they weren't going to,
right.
and then they ended
Well, because they ended it, and you didn't need anything
Yeah.
else. So this is Stephen Amell and Robbie Amell.
Yep.
They're brothers, obviously, though.
Mhm.
It's more of the same. The stakes are a little higher. There's a girl who has what was her ability? I think she could heal people. No.
Okay.
The thing is that she could see like memories or something like that. Anyways, so they get these dogs that are robots and that they can they're being used to police people.
Okay.
And you find out that Stephen Amell, his drug trade is in with the cops.
Okay.
And so they use the dog to kill one of these guys who's a drug runner.
Oh, okay.
And so it's his daughter. And so she has all this information or she knows that the dogs can kill people for no reason, and they're not supposed to be able to. As long as you put your hands up and from the police, they're
Right.
supposed to stop. It's fine. It's like the first one. It's kind of a mid-tier movie. The graphics are okay. I like Stephen Amell, and Robbie's okay. He's kind of dry for me, but Stephen, I like him as a bad guy.
Okay.
The first one is kind of getting a band together kind of thing where Steven recruits Robbie, and so everybody has powers, And
Right, because okay, yeah, and you're not supposed to use your powers, right?
you're not supposed to use your powers, and so they use it to like they use it to help this mob guy like rob banks and shit
Mm-hmm.
in the first movie. So, anyways, yeah, this one's a little lower for me. I think this is probably a Not Across the Room. You can catch this on Netflix though, like the first one.
Yeah, I was looking to see if there's a budget, but there's no reported budget. That Netflix hasn't released what the budget for this one is. I was just curious
Yeah.
what that would be with the powers and the FX to be able to do that. I'm sure it's up there, probably 10 million, 15 million. So it'd be my guess.
Okay. So I'm gonna go. The next one will be quick because Jesus Christ. I watched.
Everyone get ready.
I watched the new Mean Girls.
Oh God.
Yeah.
God.
So I've seen the original with Lindsay Lohan,
Yeah, you did.
and it's not great.
No.
It's okay.
Because she comes from like Africa, Australia, right? And she's homeschooled. And now she goes to the school, and she's like, I don't know about teenagers.
Well, she's awkward, and so she makes friends with the awkward kids, and then she ends up befriending the
Mean
popular girls,
and then
and becomes one of the
yeah.
So
that dichotomy of I'm a mean girl. Inside, I'm an outsider, but externally, I'm pretty. I'm a mean girl.
yeah, she turns on all of her friends. Okay, so this movie, the first one with Lindsay Lohan, was pretty successful. It did well. Then they did a stage show of it. It was on Broadway.
Okay.
Okay. This movie is a movie version of the stage show.
Oh, is there a lot of singing and shit?
Every other 10 minutes, there's a song.
Fuck that.
Okay, so me and the wife are sitting here on the couch, and we're getting ready for like a remake of the Lindsay Lohan movie.
Right.
Well, you don't get that.
Okay. Because
You get a remake of the Lindsay Lohan movie with a song every 10 minutes.
fuck that.
A full-on production.
That sounds terrible.
And it's one of these high school musical things where, for some reason, people break out and dance and singing, and nobody acts like this shit's weird. It's like a full-on production, and then they go back to doing whatever they were doing. And like, oh, well, you didn't dance for fucking 10 minutes? What was that about?
What are you, stupid?
I'll be honest, I didn't like it very much.
Really?
I mean, it wasn't quite dick in the dirt because I liked the characters of her weird friends in the beginning, but everything else is kind of
and this is, you watched it on Amazon Prime because I know it just came out on something, right?
the Peacock, I think it is.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I kick in the shin. Kicking the shin for sure. I mean, I enjoyed her friends before in the movie, but everything else was kind of just like, let's get it over with. Honestly,
Made a bunch of money.
did it?
Made $104 million. I'm sure it didn't cost, since there's no effects or anything, I'm sure it didn't cost.
Probably the budget was like, I think the budget was like $40 million for this.
Well, then it made a bunch of, then it did good. I think it just, like, movies like that only do good because of their nostalgia and like but it falls off real quick once people realize like this is stupid. So yeah, $36 million budget, and it made $104 million worldwide.
Yeah.
So it made money because it probably made about $40 million easy, which is a lot. That's good.
Okay, the director
Yeah.
came out and said, we didn't want to market this as a musical because musicals have a stigma. And I'm like, of course they did, because then you get them in there and you're like, what the fuck am I watching?
Fuck this.
Why?
Unless it's something like Wonka where it's like part of it. Like you know what it is and you're expecting it. You have
people.
that.
Yeah, I don't know. It was misleading. But yeah, kicking the shin. I mean, not for me.
Alrighty. So for me, I went and watched Dune Part 2. Yay. Dune Part 2, Trey.
It's long.
It is 166 minutes. So it is a very long movie.
Yeah.
It's almost 3 hours. Budget?
Let me guess. Let me think. I know it's expensive. I'm gonna go 150.
190.
Oh shit. Okay.
But it's doing real well.
Yeah.
It's doing real well.
Is it over 200 already?
223
Nice.
already, and
Very
it's still
nice.
number one in the box office.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming this is going to be a $400 million movie,
Mm-hmm.
probably somewhere around there, maybe 300.
Got to be probably around
300, 350, somewhere probably around there.
Yeah.
So it's going to make its money back plus a couple bucks.
there.
Not a lot of bucks, but some bucks. I think it'll make up for the money. Probably, it'll do better than the first one because the first one came out on HBO. So they're actually going to make money.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a slow burn.
Timothy Chalamet good in
I
this.
mean, she's sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, man. I mean, Dave Bautista, Zendaya, Florence.
Is one of the
Pugh.
Skarsgårds in it?
He is. Skarsgård's in it. The youngest one.
Yeah.
And then the guy who plays Elvis is like the other big guy.
Oh, I just told
everyone's
you, Austin Butler.
Austin Butler. Yeah. Austin Butler. Yeah. And so yes, Stalin Skarsgård's in it.
There we go.
Yeah, Christopher Walken. So yeah, it's got a pretty stacked cast.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a slow burn.
Just like the first one.
Yeah. I think it's got a little bit more going on just because of what it is. It's got some more elements of like fantasy powers than the first one does.
Like use the voice.
Yeah, and there's some weird editing going on in this movie, especially in the first half.
Yeah.
That I didn't really understand.
Okay.
Where there's a scene, Trey, and I'll get it if I like it or not in a minute. But there's a scene where they're part of the tribe at the end. At the end of Dune 2, they're out in the desert with the desert people.
Yeah, in the first one, he joined the tribe.
And so part of his like being accepted into the tribe, he has to do like this trial where he has to be out in the desert by himself.
Okay.
And so they give him what he needs, and he said, and they're like, the desert will provide the rest.
Yeah.
And then he starts walking, and then cut. Everyone's back with him, and they're doing shit together. I'm like, so did he pass? What happened? I don't really understand what happened.
Yeah.
Like, I was looking around like, did I fucking just pass out for like 20 minutes? Because you think it's going to be like this coming of like, like I understand the desert. But then he like cuts to where everyone's with him, and he starts to understand the desert with everybody else, and he becomes the leader.
Right.
He basically becomes what they think is the Messiah.
Okay.
And you learn that.
Oh yeah, they talk about it in the first movie. Yep.
Yeah, and you learn that they do that in every planet to get them to be in line.
The Messiah.
Yeah, the Messiah
Okay.
complex, but they think he is the real Messiah.
Yeah.
And so he does this weird thing where he acts like he doesn't want it, but he really does want to be the Messiah. It's like,
Of course.
Timothy does a good job, and I mean, it's overall a really good movie. I think it's, you have to be, if you're not into sci-fi,
Yeah.
like sci-fi and slow burn sci-fis,
Yeah.
you're gonna be like, fuck this movie.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it enough. I'll never watch it again. I just don't care about it that much.
That was a hard sell. I liked it, but I've never watched it
so
again.
long, and it's
yeah.
such a slow burn.
Yeah, you're looking
and
at
Dave Bautista's such a baby back bitch in this.
well, of course.
What's his name? What is his name again? Austin.
Austin Butler.
He's really good in it. He's fantastic. Florence Pugh is a smoke show in this.
She's so hot.
And Christopher Walken's good. I think it's good. It's good. I don't know what else to say. I would go knuckle bump though.
Oh.
Just
So it's
again
not that good.
Yeah, because again, I'm never gonna watch this movie again.
Yeah.
And if I'm gonna go for me to go above a knuckle bump, you gotta at least make me want to see it more than once.
Yeah.
And I'm never gonna watch the movie again.
Yeah.
Like I never watched the first. I watched the first one.
Yeah.
And then before I went and watched the second one, I just watched a 5-minute review of it, a 5-minute recap.
I've seen the first one 3 times.
No, fuck that noise.
But that's 5 hours. You're giving them 5 hours. Okay.
They don't deserve it.
Are we getting a third one? Or is it end?
It doesn't end. There
It doesn't end?
There's room to make a third one.
Oh, shit. They're going to want more.
Yeah, they're gonna want more because
no.
because it ends, so he becomes essentially the emperor.
Yeah.
And he tells all these ships to stand down.
Yeah.
And then they're not respecting your orders, and then it ends basically there. And so you're like, well,
I'm a bitch slap them then.
yeah, you're like, okay, well, it leaves it open for if they
Oh,
want to do more,
no.
they can. So, yeah. So yeah, there we go.
All right.
You got more? You got another?
I've got 2 more.
Oh shit!
I told you I had a bunch of premieres. Okay, so the next thing I got for you is called Ricky Stanicky.
Yeah. Is that good?
Okay. So this is starring John Cena,
Johnson.
Zac Efron,
John Cena.
Andrew Santos. Is that how you say
Andrew
it?
Santino.
Yeah, Andrew Santino, and then Jeff Ross has a brief cameo in this.
Yeah. Did you say? I didn't hear you say. What's his name?
Zac Efron.
Zac Efron. Okay, sorry, my bad.
So these 3 boys, Zac Efron, Andrew Santino, and I forget the other. There's a third guy.
Yeah.
So they're friends, and they've been friends their whole life.
Yeah.
And so whenever they get in trouble, they blame it on Ricky Stanicky.
Yeah.
And so Andrew Santos is having his baby.
Andrew Santino.
Andrew Santino is having his baby.
Yeah.
And well, they decide that Ricky has his cancer's come back, and so they got to go to the hospital to support him. And what they do is they go to a concert.
Okay.
And so at the end of the concert, they go and see John Cena. John Cena is doing a self show where he is singing songs but changing it to jerk off like
Okay.
like, and so he's like full on puts makeup on, changes costumes during each song, and just being weird. And so he's an actor, and so he ends up going to like these bars after the show and letting people buy him drinks and stuff. And so he meets the boys, and so while his wife is having this baby, they're like, "Where the hell were you?" And they say, Ricky, blah blah blah. And so she's gonna have his, what do they call that when they cut the foreskin off?
I don't know.
Anyway, so they're cutting the skin of the baby's penis, and they need to have
Clip that. Trey said it. Clip it.
and so they have John Cena come play Ricky Stanicky, and hilariousness happens.
Yeah.
And-
yeah. So what did you think? Was it funny?
I thought it was funny. I enjoyed it.
Zac Efron does good in comedies, I think.
Yeah.
He's a good actor.
Yeah.
I hated him at first.
Yeah.
When he first came on the scene, obviously with the whole High School Musical shit,
Yeah.
no one liked him unless you're like a preteen.
I liked him in what was the one where
Baywatch.
No.
It was hilarious in Baywatch.
No.
That
one's funny.
Iron Claw.
No. The one with Adam Sandler.
Grown Ups.
Yeah, Grown Ups 2, where
Yeah.
they're like, "Yeah, bro, what's up, bro?"
No, he's funny.
Yeah.
Neighbors.
Yeah.
He's a funny dude.
Yeah.
And yeah. But okay, so what are we rating this, Trey? What are we rating it?
It's a tough one.
It's a John Cena flick, bruh.
Yeah, it's one of his better ones. He's had a couple that have come out
Yeah.
and just flopped.
Yeah.
And that you will never hear about, really.
Yep.
I wanted to see his Jackie Chan one. I didn't know if that was any good or not. His action film,
I
where
didn't
it's
see it
supposed to be like
either.
a comedy. But maybe I'll watch that today. Yeah, I'm gonna go Knuckle Bump. I'm gonna go Knuckle Bump.
Okay.
Because
I'll give it a go.
I would say it's something you could watch again. There's his boss when they work for like a stock firm,
Yeah.
and so when he's giving speeches, that he doesn't notice that he's doing a jerk off motion during every speech. He's like, "Everybody needs to stop coming and talking to me. Let's go!" And they're like, "You're air dicking,
You're air dicking.
air dicking," and he's like, "You sons of bitches! You've been letting me air dick for years, and you didn't said nothing." So, it's funny.
That's good.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'd give that a watch. Okay, I got one more left, and then we'll get to the old finish.
Okay.
Big finish.
Oh, that's right. I'm leaving the room if you're doing a big finish.
So I watched Damsel.
That just came on Netflix.
Yes.
That's got Billy Bobby Brown.
Millie Bobby Brown. Yes.
She sounds like a dance move. Do the Millie Bobby Brown.
Okay,
do the
so
Millie Bobby Brown.
We have the old dragon and princess, and they do their twist on it.
I was led to believe it was similar to the Hulu show.
What's that?
The Hulu one. That came out last year? Do you remember what that was?
Oh.
Where it was the blonde that was in Kick-Ass. She was in it.
Oh no, it's not that.
It's not similar to that.
There's not like fight scenes in it and stuff.
Okay.
Okay, so Millie Bobby Brown is a girl who's in another land where it's all snowy and shit, and they're about to lose their kingdom, and so they agree to marry into this other family. They're super rich and everything. Spoilers for everybody. So give it a second. Okay, so their twist is that their kingdom killed. The big spoiler is they killed these dragon eggs. And so this dragon's been stalking them forever. And so they have to sacrifice their queen. Well, Millie Bobby Brown doesn't know this. And so after she gets married, she gets thrown into this pit where this dragon is to be sacrificed.
Oh, no.
Okay, they've been doing this forever. They've been sacrificing all these queens, princesses, yes. Princesses to this dragon.
Right.
Well, she's trying to escape, and there's all these things that happen inside this cavern. And so she ends up befriending the dragon at the end.
Okay.
And so they get their comeuppance, the kingdom does.
Oh, so she kind of like befriends it, and then they become like friends, and she goes back with a dragon.
This is the part that turned me off on this movie. I was like, okay, so you're buddies now, and you've decided the dragon's gonna kill all the king and queen of the other kingdom for throwing you in this fucking pit. And I'm just like, okay, I got this. I'm like, it was shitty for me for that.
Yeah, because then you're like, you know what's gonna happen. You're like, okay, I mean, there's no mystery to what's gonna happen unless something they do a turn,
there's no
but they don't.
twist.
There's no jumping the shark in this
she
one.
leaves and because her big dream was when she was a kid was to travel the world. She wanted to see the world.
Okay.
And so the ending is like she's in a boat with her sister, and they're just sailing, and all of a sudden the dragon flies up beside it, and they're like, me and my dragon friend are gonna. I was like, oh Jesus Christ! Well, she didn't say it like that, but the dragon's flying beside the damn boat, and they're just flying. I was like, Jesus Christ, no. And it's doing poor. The Rotten Tomato score I don't think is very good right now. Yeah, this was for me. It was like kicking a shin.
Kicking the shin. Oh.
Yeah, and I was looking forward to this because I like Millie Bobby Brown. I hope I'm saying that right.
Millie Bobby Brown. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I like her in Nola Holmes. Those movies are good.
Yeah.
I like those. I like her in Stranger Things. I even liked her in Godzilla. But this just didn't do it for me. I felt like it was forced, and I didn't feel like she was a strong character in this, but like just barely. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Wasn't for me really. So kicking the shin.
All right. Well, all right. Before we wrap up the movies, I would like to go ahead and go over a quick box office from this last weekend.
Box office numbers.
Box office with Brandon, you dumb bitch. So obviously Doom Poo unseated Bob Marley from the previous weekend because Bob Marley was really the only thing that came out that weekend.
Okay.
So that's number one. Then we got the Bob Marley One Love. Ordinary Angels, that's that Alan Rickinson movie that I haven't watched where like he's a single dad and he finds out his daughter has like bone marrow cancer or bone cancer, and she's got to get a transport, and then like there's a storm the night where they're supposed to be it's like a whole thing.
Okay.
Madam Web is obviously not doing great, and then you have Migration, and then Drive Away Dolls, which came out just 2 weeks ago, has just
Migration is in the list.
It's still up there, still number 5. It went up one, Trey.
It's on VOD.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
it made $2.5 million last weekend.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's done 277 worldwide.
No.
Yeah, 277 million
Jesus.
worldwide. So it's kind of just
crazy.
trickling. It's trickling, making money. So that's. I think Bob Marley's not done bad either. 148.
That's not bad.
I'm sure it's not. It didn't cost that much to make either. So So we'll see. And then obviously this weekend's numbers aren't out yet. And then we have a few movies. Anything this next 2 weekends that you're looking forward to? Kung Fu Panda 4.
Yep.
That looks fun.
See that.
Imaginary. You gonna watch that scary movie? You planning on watching that?
Probably. The wife will want to go see it.
Yeah.
We just gotta make the time. The puppy. We just gotta make the time.
Yeah. So anything else? Let's see here. I'm just looking real quick to see if anything like. I'm not gonna watch that fucking stupid one. And then next weekend is what's the big one next weekend? Do you remember?
I do
March
not.
15th.
I know we're getting.
Oh, Arthur the King, the one with the dog.
Oh yeah, I want to see that. That looks good.
And that's really it that weekend. So
That's
not
what
crazy, but
Marky
we'll watch
Mark.
Mark Wahlberg and the dog and cry. So
all right, it's time for that flashback.
it's time for you to put on your goggles
All right,
and
Brandon.
look back.
Well, let's make
Flashback.
Let's make it official now. By episode 50, we will have a theme song for.
We're gonna have cameras and theme song.
Well, yeah.
That's a big commitment. That's 10 weeks away, Trey. All right, fucking. We'll see what we do. All right. Well, all right. Let's see what we got, Trey. You ready?
All right.
I remember if you're watching on TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, any of the platforms, guess along with Trey. And if you beat him, he'll beat your dick off.
No, he
he'll
won't.
beat your dick off with both hands.
No, he won't.
All right, here we go.
He
Let's see what
will
we got.
not.
Let's see what we got, Trey. You ready?
Beating no dick off. Here we go.
This is a chance for us to make some changes. Go in and see if we can turn this thing around. I mean, nobody else wants the job.
East Side High was out of control, and then Joe Clark took over.
Take out your pencils and write. I want the
Oh,
name.
wait a minute.
Mary
I've
Hoodlum,
seen the movie, but I don't know what
drug
it is.
dealer, and miscreants on my desk.
That is
We're gonna have to stop it because you're taking too long, and we're gonna get flagged on YouTube.
well, yeah, but
What do you think, Trey? What was it?
It's the one where he's a teacher. Yeah,
He's not a teacher.
principal. Okay,
Somebody
to lean on?
lean on me.
okay, all right. That's enough.
That's the name of it. So it's Lean on Me. It is a Morgan Freeman movie. It's one of those. He's a good principal, and he goes back to his old high school to turn it around. I mean, this movie, like, it's crazy. Like, I think we went to a pretty urbanish school in our region, but like this movie depicts like people are doing crack in the school, people are pregnant, people are getting stabbed and shot, the cafeteria's barred it up. It's insane. And he comes in and turn it around. And you know, it's one of those feel good, like everyone's got bad test scores, and then at the end of it, everyone's got good test scores, and apparently it's based on like a true story, an actual guy. Two notes from it. One, to stop people from getting in.
Yes.
He chains up all the exterior doors. I'm like, you can't do that.
You can't lock kids into the
And
school.
like they want you to like, and then the fire marshal to come back because somebody makes a complaint.
Yeah.
And they don't let them in.
Yeah.
And if you're supposed to be like, yeah, good job, don't let them in.
Get
But
it,
you're like,
get it.
but like me, I'm like,
You can't
no,
do that.
He needs to undo that. Wait, if there's a fire,
They're dead. They're
everyone's
all
dead,
dead,
bro.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's an old movie. It's like 89, 88, something
it
like
that old?
Yeah. So it's decent. It's on like I think it's on HBO Max.
Hey, Brandon, my movie's not that old.
It's a high five. I like that movie.
Oh, nice. All right.
All right, let's see. And plus, because Morgan Freeman's a dick in that whole entire movie.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. All right.
Are
You
you
let me
ready?
know when we're past commercials.
We're already past it.
Here we go. I'm good. Are you gonna play it?
I'm right.
Oh shit.
I have placed 3 bombs in 3 American cities.
Unforgettable. Unthinkable.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah,
Nice.
fuck you, Trey. I know everything.
You seen this movie?
Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah, I'm not stupid.
Okay. So Samuel L. Jackson is this guy that comes in
Dude,
and
that was like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm fucking way better than you, bitch.
Samuel L. Jackson is the guy that comes in and he helps interrogate terrorists. This guy has made a video where he places 3 bombs in 3 different places in the United States, and so they've got to find out where these bombs are. Trinity, which is Carrie. What's her name?
Carrie Fisher.
Oh no, it's Carrie Ann Moss.
Yeah.
She's
She's an FBI agent.
an FBI agent who's in there on this same thing because they call her in because they're like, we need to get these bombs.
Yeah.
And so they do crazy shit to this guy
Yeah.
to try to make
Fingernails.
him cut his nails off, stab him, electrocute him, waterboard him.
Bring his wife in, threaten to kill her.
They do kill her.
He shoots her. in the head.
Samuel L. Jackson cuts her throat in front of him.
Yeah.
And she's like bleeding out on the floor. And then
At the
they
very-
bring her kids in there.
And he's like, all right.
So they don't
You
go
find
for
out
that.
because they're like, you find out he actually is the bad guy. I mean,
Who?
the guy that they're torturing. I mean,
Right. And we know he says
Yeah.
he's the bad guy.
but then you find out at the very end.
Here's
you think he just has 3 bombs? Is that what you think?
Here's the thing. Okay. So there's a Netflix version of this, and there's an extended cut of this movie. Okay.
Oh.
So the problem here is they leave the ending of the Netflix one very ambiguous.
Right.
Because they don't tell you what the hell happens at the end of this movie.
Right.
Because so he brings these. Samuel L. Jackson has the kids,
Yeah.
and they all go too far,
Uh-huh.
and so they end up. Samuel Jackson ends up letting the terrorist go, and the terrorist gets a gun and kills himself in front of them.
Yeah.
Okay, well, they don't know if there's a 4th bomb or not,
Yep.
and
They
so
leave it
so
ambiguous.
she walks out with the 2 kids, and that's the end of the movie. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Why
you
are
watch
we?
the extended
The
version?
extended cut shows a police officer, and they go and they find the 3rd bomb, and there's a 4th bomb, and it shows the 4th bomb, and it's ticking and shit.
Yeah.
And so there is a 4th bomb.
You know there
and-
is. So, but they don't show like, obviously, the aftermath of that.
No.
That's crazy.
Which is like, why would y'all leave it so up
Ambiguous.
in the air instead of
it's
just
just
showing
'cause-
us the extended cut?
Well, I think it's to show like, well, was he right or was he wrong? Because I mean, it's like, did he do the right thing? Did he not do the right thing?
So
Was
it's
she right? Was he
so
wrong?
it shows. So with the Netflix version, it's more like is Samuel Jackson a terrible
crazy
person or
person?
not?
Or did he have the right instinct?
Yeah.
And versus the
Extended
where
cut
it's like
where-
he was
yes.
right. Yeah. This bitch
that guy was a bad guy. And
this bitch was wrong.
they should have used the kids
Yep.
to get.
Mhm.
But you gotta.
It's an intense movie.
It's more of one of those is how far are you willing to go to save everyone?
Yeah. What are you willing to sacrifice? What part of your humanity are you willing to sacrifice to?
And Samuel L. Jackson will go all the way.
Yeah. He's like, I'll do it.
I'll kill him. He kills his wife in front of him.
Yeah,
Like it
he's-
just randomly just slices her throat.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy
Should've
shit.
Shouldn't have been talking shit.
So it's
But-
wild.
What's the rating?
This is hard for me because I didn't know that there was an extended cut. So Tara looked it up. She goes, "Oh, there's more of this movie." I'm like, "What the shit?" Because I walked out because when we finished watching the movie, I was pissed. I was like, "Okay, well, we don't know what happened. Like, there's no ending here."
Right.
So if it were that version of the movie,
yeah, you can shin.
kicking the shin.
But with the extended
With
cut,
the extended cut, where you find out more,
nod.
definitely head nod,
Okay.
approaching knuckle bump.
Ooh.
Because I like Samuel L. Jackson, especially when he teeters that line between being a good guy and a bad guy. I like that version of him.
Mm-hmm.
And Trinity, that's what I call her because of the fucking Matrix. I like her in most things where she's kind of a little tougher.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so
Okay.
I would recommend.
Okay. Recommend. All right. You know what time it is, Trey? It's the end of the episode.
Time to wrap this bitch up.
Trying to wrap this bitch up. Wrap it up like a condom.
So thanks everybody for listening.
We'll see you on YouTube, Spotify, Netflix. We're on Netflix now, Trey.
Well,
Hey, we'll see y'all on Netflix.
our Netflix series coming out soon. No,
we're on Netflix.
Facebook, YouTube,
Instagram, Snapchat me your
X.
pee.
What did you just say?
What?
Well, that's not part of this. Don't do that.
Don't do that. No, don't do that.
So thanks everybody, and
my Snapchat is. I'm just playing.
it's gone too far this time.
All right. Well, appreciate you guys. Thanks for the listen.
Comment if you guys have any recommendations for movies you want us to watch. We might make it a segment.
Yep.
All right. Thanks everybody. We'll see you in 2
appreciate
weeks.
it. Yep.
Bye.
Yep, bye.
Are you not entertained?
Welcome to Hard to Entertain with Brandon and Trey. Take it away.